So the tape has been drawn across the course. So they're about to make a line, flag raised for our feature this afternoon here at Perth. Russian Regent there starting along with Presented at the front of the field. So over 2 circuits of the track to cover. And they're lining up. Coming in. And they're off. For the Mackey's Sky to Scoop Handicap Steeplechase, they're going towards the first of 18 fences. Russian Regent and Presented started nicely, coming down towards the first. Over 2 circuits of the track in front of them. Call Me Vic's just in behind the leaders, with Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto and Bowl Sir Brian to the wide outside. Drum Heart off the pace. Now for the second, like the first, it's a plain fence, and it's Russian Regent who touches down in front. All over it, Russian Regent and Presented, tracked by Call Me Vic in the light blue and red jacket. Just in behind the leading trio, Dr. Maloney in the dark blue and green quarters, Bailey's Concerto and Drum Heart to the inside, and Bowl Sir Brian follows. They're at the water jump for the first time, all over the water. So 2 circuits to go, and it is Russian Regent going around that bend in front by a length for Richard Johnson, with Presented and Callum Bewley holding second, Paddy Brennan and Call Me Vic in third. Another couple of lengths to Richie McClellan on Drum Heart and the blue and white silks to the inside of Dr. Maloney and Andrew Lynch. Bailey's Concerto and Brian Hughes bidding for a Diane Sayer double here over the plain fence. And the back marker is Bowl Sir Brian and Derek Fox, and they're all over that one. That was the 4th fence in total. So they're about to go into the back straight. And the first ditch in the race will be jumped shortly. And it's Russian Regent cutting out the early work by a length and a half to Presented. Another length to Call Me Vic. Similar margin to Drum Heart. And that one's being followed by Dr. Maloney. Bailey's Concerto out the open ditch over on the far side. Bowl Sir Brian was the back marker. So all over that ditch, now for a plain one. And it's Russian Regent, the leader, from Presented to the outer. Russian Regent and Presented over it. A gap of a couple of lengths to Call Me Vic is followed by Drum Heart. Drum Heart now moving into 4th place on the inside of Dr. Maloney. Then Bailey's Concerto and Bowl Sir Brian is at the back. So they now turn out of the back. Still 2 miles to cover. On the run to the fence down the side of the track with a good 10 to 12 lengths first to last. This Russian Regent almost 2 lengths clear of Presented coming to it. And Call Me Vic and Drum Heart to the inside rail. Over that fence, Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto following. A rather slow jump at the back from Bowl Sir Brian. So they're about to enter the straight and face up to another ditch. It is fence number 8 this time round. Russian Regent leads them in by 3 lengths, coming to it. Presented, Call Me Vic, Drum Heart, all handy. Now Russian Regent just dived out to his left at that fence. On the run now to a plain one. It's Russian Regent from Presented, Call Me Vic and Drum Heart. Then Bailey's Concerto, Dr. Maloney. And finally Bowl Sir Brian. Coming now towards the next fence. And Russian Regent again just goes out to his left. Over that fence, they're all over it. Running now to the fence in front of the enclosures. Russian Regent and Presented, followed by Call Me Vic, Drum Heart, up along the inside rail. And then Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto, and finally Bowl Sir Brian. In front of the stands with a circuit to go. Now for the water jump. Fence number 11 of the 18. Russian Regent and Presented take the water, split by half a length. Not such a good landing there from Dr. Maloney, just landing on all 4s. Now they're turning out of the straight and setting out for their final circuit. And it's Russian Regent Presented, 1 and 2. Call Me Vic in 3rd. Back in 4th place is Drum Heart, who's followed by Dr. Maloney in 5th. Sixth position is held by Bailey's Concerto, and Bowl Sir Brian is the back marker. Now for the fence before the back straight, and they're all safely across that one. So now they're running towards another ditch. Russian Regent has basically made all. Russian Regent from Presented in the black and white checks. Call Me Vic continues to trap the leaders. Then Drum Heart in a close fourth place, followed by Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto, and Bowl Sir Brian. They go into the back straight now to face up to this ditch. Russian Regent coming to it from Presented and Call Me Vic. And then a Dr. Maloney, Drum Heart, Bailey's Concerto, and Bowl Sir Brian. Running now towards another plain fence. And Russian Regent, just got a small reminder there from Richard Johnson. Russian Regent over it, being followed by Call Me Vic, who now moves into second. Presented drops to third place. Drum Heart still conserving ground, going the shortest way in the blue and white colours, followed by Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto, and Bowl Sir Brian is the back marker. And they've only got 4 fences to jump now. Still a good 5 furlongs or so to cover. Russian Regent's in front of Call Me Vic. Presented to the outside. Drum Heart to the inside of Dr. Maloney. Bowl Sir Brian getting into contention. Bailey's Concerto is at the back, and not such a good jump there from Drum Heart. Heading now towards the turn in. Russian Regent will lead them to the straight. They've got 3 fences to jump, and about to turn in. It's Russian Regent, 2.5 lengths clear. Paddy Brennan now having to work on Call Me Vic. Then Dr. Maloney, Drum Heart to the inside, followed by Presented, Bailey's Concerto, and Bowl Sir Brian. Russian Regent just jumped out to his left there. Not such a good jump from Call Me Vic in second place. Dr. Maloney been asked to pick up, so too Drum Heart, making the run down towards the second last fence with about 1/4 mile or so to go. It is Russian Regent, Dr. Maloney coming to it. Russian Regent in front of Dr. Maloney, Call Me Vic, Bailey's Concerto. Drum Heart is to the inside. On the run down towards the final fence. Russian Regent from Dr. Maloney, Call Me Vic, Bailey's Concerto trying to stay on. Bowl Sir Brian has been pulled up and over the final fence. Russian Regent just pecked on landing. A big danger now to Russian Regent. Well, 2 of them over on the far side. Dr. Maloney to the near side. Bailey's Concerto halfway up the run in. It is Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto, and Russian Regent as they go to the line. Russian Regent is trying to pull out more to Bailey's Concerto. Russian Regent was really game and pulled out more. Russian Regent from Bailey's Concerto, Dr. Maloney, and then Call Me Vic.
First number 2, Russian Regent. Second number 4. Third number 8. The fourth horse number 1. The result of the Mackie Sky to Scoop Handicap Steeplechase.
Now having to work on Call Me Vic, then Dr. Maloney, Drum Heart to the inside, followed by Presented, Bailey's Concerto, and Bowl Sir Brian. Russian Regent just jumped out to his left there. Not such a good jump from Call Me Vic in second place. Dr. Maloney been asked to pick up, so too Drum Heart, making the run down towards the second last fence with about 1/4 mile or so to go. It is Russian Regent, Dr. Maloney coming to it. Russian Regent in front of Dr. Maloney, Call Me Vic, Bailey's Concerto. Drum Heart is to the inside. On the run down towards the final fence. Russian Regent from Dr. Maloney, Call Me Vic, Bailey's Concerto trying to stay on. Bowl Sir Brian has been pulled up and over the final fence. Russian Regent just pecked on landing. A big danger now to Russian Regent. Well, 2 of them over on the far side. Dr. Maloney to the near side. Bailey's Concerto halfway up the run in. It is Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto, and Russian Regent as they go to the line. Russian Regent is trying to pull out more to Bailey's Concerto. Russian Regent was really game and pulled out more. Russian Regent from Bailey's Concerto, Dr. Maloney, and then Call Me Vic. From Dr. Maloney, Call Me Vic, Bailey's Concerto. Drum Heart is to the inside. On the run down towards the final fence. Russian Regent from Dr. Maloney, Call Me Vic, Bailey's Concerto trying to stay on. Bowl Sir Brian has been pulled up and over the final fence. Russian Regent just pecked on landing. A big danger now to Russian Regent. Well, 2 of them over on the far side. Dr. Maloney to the near side. Bailey's Concerto halfway up the run in. It is Dr. Maloney, Bailey's Concerto, and Russian Regent as they go to the line. Russian Regent is trying to pull out more to Bailey's Concerto. Russian Regent was really game.
Won by the Gordon Elliott train. Richard Johnson ridden, Russian Regent.
And the starting price is first, number 2, Russian Regent at 5 to 1. Second, number 4, Bailey's Concerto at 9 to 2. The total returns, win number 2, £6. The places, number 2, £2.60, and number 4, £3. The total exacta, 2 and 4 in the correct order, £26.70.